Everyone remembers Percy as annoying. That's the word people always use when his name comes up. Annoying. Not cruel, not dangerous, not even sad, just annoying. Percy talked too much. Percy hovered. Percy didn't understand when to leave people alone. He laughed at the wrong moments and stood too close and asked questions no one wanted to answer. Teachers told him to give others space. Kids rolled their eyes when he showed up. Adults forgot he was there unless he made it impossible not to notice. Percy learned early what it meant to be tolerated. What no one ever agrees on, what no one can quite remember, is when Percy stopped being human. There wasn't a moment, no disappearance, no dramatic incident that made the news or showed up in yearbooks. He didn't die. He didn't move away. He just stopped reacting the way people expected him to. Stopped flinching when they laughed. Stopped asking why. Stopped trying to belong. At the time, everyone thought that was a good thing. I knew Percy in middle school. Everyone did, whether they wanted to or not. He sat 2 desks behind me in science class and breathed a little too loudly when he got excited. He followed conversations without being invited and chimed in late, repeating things other people had already said. Someone started calling him Pea Boy because he once spilled split pea soup down his shirt in the cafeteria, and the name stuck the way cruel names always do. It became background noise. Percy standing at the edge of the group. Percy lingering at lockers. Percy always nearby, never included. Teachers saw it. They always do. But they had classes to teach and rules to follow, and other kids who raised their hands at the right time. Percy wasn't being beaten. He wasn't bleeding. He wasn't failing. So nothing happened. That's the part people forget. Neglect isn't loud. It doesn't demand intervention. It just continues. The first time I noticed something was wrong was after winter break in 7th grade. Percy came back quieter. Not shy. Settled. He still showed up everywhere, but now it felt intentional. Like he was early. Like he'd been waiting. I remember walking into the gym one morning and feeling that strange prickle between my shoulder blades, the sense that someone was standing right behind me. When I turned, Percy was there, staring at the far wall like he hadn't been watching me at all. "Hey," I said, more out of reflex than friendliness. He smiled, not wide, not eager, just calm. "You're here early," he said. "So are you," I replied. "I'm always here first," Percy said, like it was a fact everyone should already know. At the time, I laughed it off. A few weeks later, the bullying escalated. It always does when boredom sets in. A couple of older kids started taking Percy's backpack and tossing it across the courtyard. Someone locked him in the equipment shed during recess and forgot about him until a janitor heard the banging. People laughed. Teachers scolded. No one changed anything. One afternoon, after Percy's backpack hit the pavement for the 3rd time, I felt something shift. Not outside. Inside. A thought slipped fully formed into my mind, uninvited, but strangely comforting. I wish someone would make this stop. I didn't say it out loud. I didn't look at Percy. I didn't even feel particularly angry, just tired yet relieved when the bell rang. That night, I dreamed of standing in the hallway outside the science lab. Percy was beside me. "You don't have to worry about it anymore," he said. When I woke up, the feeling lingered. The next day, One of the kids who'd been messing with Percy didn't show up to school. Then another stopped coming. Someone said their family moved. Someone else said they got transferred after an incident. Details were fuzzy. People stopped asking questions faster than they'd stopped caring. And Percy? Percy was still there. That was the pattern. Anytime things got bad, anytime someone crossed from casual cruelty into something heavier, Percy was nearby. Not intervening, not defending himself, just present. And then, quietly, the problem would resolve itself. Teachers praised improved behavior. Parents breathed easier. The hallways felt calmer. People told themselves things had worked out for the best. No one thanked Percy. Why would they? He hadn't done anything. By high school, when I was 16, Percy offered me something directly. A rumor had started. I hadn't done anything wrong, but that didn't matter. I felt it closing in. Whispers, looks, the way people looked at me. Percy sat beside me on the bus ride home. The seat dipped slightly, like weight settling where it belonged. "You don't deserve that," he said. I didn't respond. "I can help," he continued. His voice wasn't eager. It wasn't emotional. It was steady. I swallowed. "How?" "You don't have to do anything," he said. "Just let it go." And that was the moment. The offering wasn't words. It was relief. The idea that I could stop carrying it, that the responsibility could belong to someone or something else. I didn't say yes, and I didn't say no. My silence was enough. By the end of the week, the rumor evaporated. The person who started it deleted their accounts, transferred schools, vanished from conversations entirely. People stopped bringing it up like it had never existed. And Percy? Percy was there first the next morning, standing by the lockers. After graduating, I left Monroe Bay for college. I built a life that felt quieter and safer. But every now and then, in crowded rooms or tense workplaces, I'd feel it again, that pressure, that sense of someone already standing beside the problem. Sometimes, when I overheard cruelty and did nothing, I felt relief before guilt could set in. That's when I knew Percy was still working, because he isn't just some bullied boy from my childhood. He is what forms when neglect is allowed to accumulate long enough to notice itself. He's the feeling that someone else will handle it, the comfort of inaction, the quiet transfer of responsibility. Percy doesn't punish, he reassigns. I ran into someone from middle school a few years ago. We talked about old teachers, old jokes, old names. Eventually, Percy came up. "God," they laughed. "Remember how annoying he was?" I nodded. Whatever happened to him? I thought about all the moments people wished things would stop, about how often they did, about how no one ever remembered Percy being gone, only that things felt easier after. "He was there first," I said. They frowned. "What does that mean?" But I didn't answer, because Percy is still there, and he's very good at waiting.